seconds remaining.
They go for a bristleback. This is the second time we have seen him, and he's again versatile. He does not necessarily have to be played in the off lane. He can be a safe lane bristleback just as easily. And let's see how Q Club react to this.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
So eating into a bit of their own reserve time now are Q Club Kappas. How to deal with a bristleback? I mean, we've seen him a few times. Timbersaw is very powerful. When it comes to dealing with the bristleback, and so far Bouncy Bears don't really have any stuns. They only have Shadow Demon's Disrupt. Slightly control a Timbersaw. He's still a very strong pick. So let's see if they go for something like that. Of course, they'd need to have a well-versed Timbersaw player on their team. Go for that. Ancient Apparition. So I guess they've just showed that the Mirana is most definitely a either mid or safe lane carry Mirana. And the Ancient Apparition,
Sven stands ready.
Insta Sven pick by Bouncy Bears. Very interesting. Ancient Apparition isn't exactly countering anything in this game, but it's very wombo combo-ish. Kunkka's boat into Ancient Apparition's Arctic Blast, and the team could be wiped completely off the face of the map. So I still wonder whether they can go for a Timbersaw here. He can be an off-lane Timbersaw, he could be a mid Timbersaw if they want to move Mirana to the safe lane. And the Timbersaw pick did not get weaker in any way. It's Sven there, another strength hero. They're gonna cut into the reserve time, and Q Club Kappas are running slightly low. But they can't take too much time on this, considering they still have their last ban and last pick left. Let's move straight into game view for the final few picks. And guess what? It's Timbersaw. Alright, I'm not gonna be too proud of that prediction. It was a pretty obvious pick in my opinion. And they do take it. It was too tempting. So even if they didn't necessarily want to pick the Timbersaw in their earlier pick, Bouncy Bears was practically begging them to with their picks. They do have Sven's stun right now. That slightly makes it less appealing, but it's still such a strong pick for them and so versatile. They can literally run this Timbersaw mid or off, completely up to them. And I'm guessing
10 seconds remaining.
I'm actually not sure whether they're gonna run him mid or off, because they don't see Bouncy Bears mid yet unless so they ban a puck and they assume Bouncy Bears are yet to pick their mid. And I think this Timbersaw will be going mid, meaning Q Club will pick an offlaner as their last pick. Again, this is interchangeable. The Timbersaw could go off lane, and I mean, we'll just have to see.
5 seconds remaining.
20 seconds left for Q Club to make this pick count.
Reserve time.
Bouncy Bears have much more time to think about theirs. And it's a Morphling, so that's a Morphling, safe lane carry, Mirana mid, and a Timbersaw off lane. Morphling again. I didn't expect to see him twice today. And a Death Prophet mid for Bouncy Bears. So, Run Them Jewels is most definitely the off lane Bristleback, with Sven being the safe laner and Killjoy on the Death Prophet being the mid Death Prophet that's gonna face up against what I'm guessing to be the Mirana. Players just selecting their heroes, and then we should be going straight into the game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And there we are. Asking for a second when he doesn't have to. It's Dota Reborn. Everyone requires some time. So, final introductions of the day. We have AZ on the Lich, Diablo on the Sven with a pretty cool set, or at least weapon. Nubius on his Shadow Fiend once again. Killjoy on the Death Prophet, and Run Them Jewels on the off-lane Bristleback. Over here we have Kushi on, seems to be the off-lane Timbersaw. We have Pistos X on, seems to be the mid-lane Mirana. Easy on that Kunkka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the safe lane Morphling, and Thunderpants on the Ancient Apparition. Could be a comfort pick hero. Interesting nonetheless. And the players are good to go. An immediate smoke bot by Ancient Apparition, trying to establish that early lead. And there is the smoke. Goes for an early ward, it seems. There it is, a high ground ward to help ensure Mirana has a good lane in the middle. Bouncy Bear is a little bit slower to come out. And pretty sure the lanes will go as we spoke about. And it seems to be so. She's just gonna scout out who's up here by the room. And Run Them Jewels is gonna do the same. I don't think he is gonna even try and contest this. Yeah, he's heading
30 seconds to battle.
towards his lane already. So, don't think there's gonna be a rune fight here. Almost sure there isn't. And there is a smoke on Kunkka. Do tell him to come closer, and he passes the smoke. No, he doesn't. He keeps the smoke. And runes are traded. Pistos X will get on his Mirana for mid, and Killjoy will get it on his Death Prophet. Thunderpants waiting for Run Them Jewels to make a mistake here. Pistos does go for the harass on Nubius. Nubius wanted to plant a ward, but he took some pointless damage, and the ward gets pinged out. That was extremely obvious. And a salve comes in for Pistos. Still in no man's land there by Nubius. They are gonna go for a dual lane on bottom, and they might see this Lich, and he could be in trouble. Ancient Apparition is making his way around. He does have Chilling Touch, but I don't think he's gonna go for it. Kushi up here with Sven. Not an immediate danger, but Nubius does come in. They could try and set something else up here. He senses it and he backs off. So back to the mid. And on bottom, this dual lane, I don't really understand the point of it. They're not gonna get much out of this lane. And Lich is trying to back up the Bristleback, but I think he's just soaking away his XP at this point. And Timbersaw over here, really difficult to push out of the lane with just this Disruptor. This Shadow Demon, which it makes all the more reason that this Lich should move up and help push that Timbersaw out of the lane, because at this point, they're not really winning that lane. And there's the D ward on that very obvious ward, and some much needed gold goes towards Pistos. Last hit so far, Bouncy Bears will be happy with, but I don't think, I think they're giving away too much XP on their safe lane. This Timbersaw getting these free creeps. Missing a few last hits there. Missing all the last hits there, but he's getting the XP. And a regen rune. Thunderpants spots out. I guess even this offlane is getting some sort of action. And they do move on, run them jewels, and he could go down here. He's taking a lot of damage. They're hitting him in the face. But oh, and he does go down. Thunderpants Ancient Apparition comes in with the chilling touch. Auto attacks in the face, and they could get AZ too, and they will get AZ too. Double kill for the Ancient Apparition. Maybe that's why they picked them. Must be a comfort hero for the drafter himself, Thunderpants. And if there was a slight advantage for Bouncy Bears in the beginning, it's gone at this point. Very nice double kill. And again, they persist with this dual lane for the bottom, and I don't think this is a good idea. Because again, this Timbersaw is getting his XP. He's level 4 at this point. Almost matching, yeah, basically matching the XP of the mids right now, and that's basically no zoning out. Level 3 and almost level 3 for this dual lane, so that's not the worst thing in the world. And Morphling has been left alone on bottom because they're making a wraparound and they're gonna go for this Death Prophet. And this could be a huge kill if they can get it. And they look to get it, and Death Prophet has to go down here, and she does go down. That arrow was just insult to injury, flying through the sky. And Ancient Apparition gets another kill. All 3 kills for Q Club Kappas right now are on that Ancient Apparition. Not sure that's exactly what they want, considering he was the hard 5 support this game. Maybe he changes his mind. Maybe Kunkka starts supporting Ancient Apparition, goes for his Aghanims, who knows. So Kushi taking some damage here, but he's got 2 points in reactive armor, so he won't be too worried.
Gold for my chest.
And really good rotation from Q Club. Get that kill on the Death Prophet. They needed that. And Mirana pretty much dead even with the Death Prophet, but she has a kill over her. Otherwise, they're pretty much even with last hits and with XP. And that just goes to show how good of a lane Death Prophet was having in the first place. So Bouncy Bears a little bit not really making moves here. Kunkka might come in. They saw how it worked last time, but this time they've only got 2 heroes. And they do get Death Prophet again, but her Soul Siphon is keeping her alive. She might go down here. The TP does come in, and oh, the arrow lands, and Mirana gets the kill this time. Really big. She pops her haste rune and thinks about heading to base, but then changes her mind. And this is looking bad. That was a TP from Sven, so that's time wasted that he could have been farming. While Shadow Demon does get some XP here, but that's when Timbersaw gets some much needed last hits. And he's up at 25 for an offlaner. I mean, this goes back to my point. This dual lane, what has it accomplished? Both these heroes have a little less XP than they should have. Bristleback only has 12 last hits, whereas Lich has 0. And Easy starts going 1v1 versus AZ by the rune, trying to secure it. But AZ has some help coming with Killjoy, and Easy does take damage. Are they going to chase this? Probably not, but no, they look to chase it because Run Them Jewels comes in, and they will get this kill. And it is Soul Siphon of Death Prophet, so very nice kill, and there's a regen spawned perfectly if they want it. They don't go for it, and Thunderpants does scout Killjoy and pings it out. So that should be enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to back up out of there, and he does. They immediately transition this to a push on the bottom tower. And Q Club Kappas will have to TP if they want to try and defend this, but the Exorcism is used while the creep wave was up just to speed up the push of it, and now it's going to do some heavy tower damage. And I really do wonder if Q Club will even try and defend this. They have a hero coming in. The Kunkka is not level 6 yet, not even close. They are going on AZ, but the wave misses, and AZ looks to get out of this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be in trouble here. They seem to be switching on the Ancient Apparition instead, and they get the kill, and not exactly the best execution from Q Club Kappas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 almost gets the kill on Jules, who does pop his wand just in time to save him. And then up top, we have some posturing done by the Timbersaw. Sven can't really handle him 1v1 right now. Random Jules could die here. And he is gonna die. He's taking too many hits right to the face. And Kunkka gets the kill. So many kills going to supports this game. And Mirana doing some tower damage on mid. The Death Prophet does come in with that regen rune. And goes for some spell spams just so the regen keeps regenning her mana pool. And pretty nice farm on Q Club, all things considered right now. Ven is still top of the farm, but not significantly enough considering there's 3 heroes right on his tail. And Ancient Apparition is only level 3. He is making his move down, and they could turn on him and kill him if they spot him too soon. And there is a move being made here. It is Death Prophet, and the arrow does hit her, and Death Prophet will go down to Kushi's Timbersaw. Vistos' arrows have been more or less melee range, but he has landed a few that led to kills, so he'll be happy about that. And easy now. He has this area warded, so thought about making a move on Diablo. Thought maybe Diablo would be next to this creep wave, but didn't seem to be the case. And this duel lane, this never-ending duel lane, is still here. I'm not sure what they're still doing with it. And they do make a move on Random Jules, and he looks to make it out of there, and he will make it out of there. Aside from that, we have Kushi up top, denying as much XP as he can for Nubius, and a TP comes in and Kushi does make his way back. He'll be extremely happy with the start. Surprised he doesn't have 1 point in Whirling Death by now. Choosing to max out the reactive armor for now. Easy is making a move on Diablo, and Diablo could be in trouble here. The disruption does save him though. Well played by Nubius. In the right place. And Mirana does move up to get a rune. And that rune is an illusion, not the best. And Thunderpants will deny, or actually pick up the bounty rune and stop Killjoy from getting it. Killjoy is not happy. He is sprinting after that disruptor, and he is going to get in range of him. And there's a soul siphon. Thunderpants will get out of there though. Insta TP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wants that ward, and he does get it, and he gets out of there. Killjoy is forcing the issue though, and does move in, and this takes uncalled for tower damage. I mean, that's like 5 shots from a tower. And they're making a move on Sven here, who does use God's Strength, and he's doing a lot of damage to Kuchi, but the boat comes in and they're gonna get this kill. The rum was just enough. It even caught Bristleback on the tail end. And Timbersaw could get out of this, or he could turn it around, and yeah, now it's Bristleback's turn to run. Lich does try and make a move on Kushi, but Kushi's gone out of control this game, and Q Club Kappas have a significant lead. Over 5k in both departments. And it's looking rough right now for Bouncy Bears. They're very far behind. And Pistos making a move on that Bristleback. He ran a long way to get there. Not sure that was worth it. He might try and transition this to a push top, but this ward is gonna spot him, and he's pinged out like crazy by that Lich. And Killjoy should know that Mirana's coming back down here, and he doesn't want to be hit by an arrow, so he just backs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Morphling pushing bottom tower and forcing TPs out, and he's probably gonna back up from now. Trading a few hits with Bristleback, and once there's several stacks on him, he will back off. Oh, and they catch Killjoy with an arrow again, and he goes down to Pistos' Mirana. Pistos is going out of control here, not too far off an Aghanim Scepter, around 1,300. He won't have that. He won't have to wait too long before he gets that. And once he gets that, his farm is just gonna skyrocket. I mean, this should have been the lane from the beginning of the game. Lich has finally moved up top because he realized there was no point in him being down there. The Bristleback. Thinking about making a move on Thunderpants, but Thunderpants is playing it very safe. And Mirana gets another kill on the Bristleback, this time in mid. Apologies for missing that. Mirana is now 800 gold away from her Aghanims. And Thunderpants looks to make his way out of there. He's still not level 6. He's just trying to get enough to get it, and he will get it after this creep goes down. And there is his level 6, and they are pushing the tower. Ancient Apparition is setting up back there. I think he's going to fire that ulti, and he does. The ulti does come in, and it's going to land on 4 heroes. The heroes immediately try and make it out of there. Mirana's running in, and there comes her arrow. And her arrow lands on the Shadow Fiend, and he goes down, and Diablo's probably going to go down here too. Death Prophet could follow. The arrow was a big one. Pistos with the clutch arrow. Killjoy could go down here too. Kushi gets a kill. Is this going to be a team wipe? Run them jewels. He's stuck in place by the X marks the spot. He's coming in, and he blows up. Pistos almost goes down. That is a team wipe by Q Club Kappas, and a huge advantage in their favor. Over a 12,000 gold lead in under 14 minutes. And all the while, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is getting his farm. He wasn't even there. He's just been pushing the bottom lane. Bouncy Bears are hurting right now. Their tournament lives are on the line here. So we'll just have to see how this pans out. The courier is going to spot the double damage rune if they did see that. And Morphling is going to make his way out of here. He does have Lincolns now, so he's going to be quite hard to kill. It can be dispelled pretty easily by the Bristleback. And Timbersaw defending his top tower almost single-handedly. He does have easy buys back, and another ulti comes in by the Ancient Apparition. The last one was enormous, but this one whiffs completely. So Mirana does use her ulti, and they did see that on the Morphling, so they're gonna stay huddled by their tower here. They are gonna have to spread up a bit because they know that Ancient Apparition ulti could be coming, and the Cocoa Boat comes in, and Death Prophet gets saved by a really good disruption, and they turn it around on Pistos. Pistos taking heavy damage. He leaps out of there. Here comes the Ancient Apparition ulti, and barely misses Sven. Oh, that was huge. Nubius still taking a lot of damage. Sven stuns Thunderpants and goes in, but Sven blows up. I'm not sure what he was doing going in alone, and then a wasted ulti by Lich. The bounces just aren't good enough, and Nubius will go down here too, and Bouncy Bears are just falling apart here. And another kill. Mirana flanks around and takes out the Lich. And this is looking like a stomp, guys. Q Club Kappas look to be taking out some frustrations of their last game out on Bouncy Bears. And Random Jules is forced to pop a salve as he's running towards his base. And they're pushing heavy here, far past the tier 1s.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And another arrow is fired as blocked by creep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Bouncy Bear is forced to farm in their own jungle as a team right now because They're more or less playing scared. It's 19 and 2 and looking awful for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You feel for Bouncy Bears. This isn't the first time they've appeared in a CSL tournament, and you could tell they do this purely to raise their level of competition. They want to get better and they're trying. And the arrow barely misses Nubius, who does put a ward up there.
Dire's top tower is under
Spot any
attack.
rotations by Q Club Kappas, and there's a regen rune that Easy is probably gonna pick up here. Doesn't look like any of his teammates are making their way down here. And Easy is now making his way up. This is a little risky, almost gets caught out there. And he picks up that regen rune. So whenever something does happen, it's usually Q Club pushing the initiative. When Bouncy Bears have been too content at just watching this all happen, they have to smoke. They have to try and make a move themselves. And Bristleback could go down here too. The disruption saves him for now, but the boat is gonna clap him in the face. And he should go down here. Mirana does come in. Her Star Storm lands right on top of his head. Nubius goes down too to Pistos' arrow. Pistos has been on fire, and the Lich ulti dissipates there. And are they going for more? Killjoy does see it coming and gets out of there. The Morphling would have moved in on him if that Arctic Blast connected.
Dire's middle
This is
tower
looking
under
terrible for Bouncy Bears. They're probably going to lose 2 tier 2s at this point. I mean, the only bright side is their levels are so low that their respawn timers are so quick. They still will probably lose. They're definitely losing 1 tier 2. And they might be losing this one as a
Dire's
second.
middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower
Ben
has
does
fallen.
get the top tier 1 though. But even with that, his farm is so below par. I mean, the support Kunkka basically has as much farm as this Sven.
Double damage.
Game's
Radiant's
looking
top
over,
tower
guys.
is under attack.
Again, unfortunate, guys. A lot of the games we've had today have been very one-sided, and that is just very commonplace in the first rounds of tournaments. Bear with us. Tomorrow's games should be completely different level, similar to the level we had earlier between Runt and K4, and possibly even tighter. They're looking at a move on this Timbersaw, but they're not gonna get the Timbersaw. He is far too farmed at this point. 16 Bloodstone charges, and here comes the boat and the Arctic Blast, and that's a double kill, easy. And Panic ulti by Death Prophet, trying to make a way out of there. Morphling doesn't care. Morphling's going past the Death Prophet. He gets a kill, and Death Prophet goes down 2, and that's 4 for nothing. 25 and 2. And this could be a tier 2 and a tier 3 if they want it. Yet to go for Roshan, but not sure they even see the point right now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And they are going to push for the tier 3 bottom. And can Bouncy Bears even defend this? They just used their exorcism on Death Prophet.
Under attack.
The only thing that threatens you is a Sven God Strength, and even that can be dealt with as long as they're not too clumped up together. And Sven will make a move now, and it is dodged by the Morphling. And the Arctic Blast does come in and misses everyone. Kushi is silenced here, but I don't think they could deal enough damage to him, and no, they can't. And he will look to make it out of there. The Morphling is still tempted to go in, as he does have a replica he can just swap with. And Morphling does make his move on Killjoy, almost playing arrogantly at this point. Morphling does almost take out Killjoy, but he could be in trouble here. And he gets out of there instantly. Still lurking right outside of Bouncy Bear's base. There's not much Bouncy Bears can do about this. An arrow comes in and lands on Bristleback, who gets saved by... Oh no, he doesn't. It sets him up for the Arctic Blast, and he does go down to Ancient Apparition's tick. And Killjoy could go down here too. He does freeze, and Mirana does land the Starstorm, and oh, Timbersaw gets the kill. That's another one. And now they're gonna go for more. Now they're not afraid of anything. They're gonna get this tier 3. And they're already pushing the tier 3 mid. And if Diablo goes down here, it could be GG. And Diablo does go down, and we could see a GG called any second now. And Morphling blows up Shadow Demon, basically one-shots him. And gets pinged. He pings his teammate Kunkka, and there's the GG by Run Them Jewels. Congratulations, Q Club, for progressing to the next stage of our losers bracket. We will see them again tomorrow at 3. And commiserations for Bouncy Bears, who again showed up, tried their hardest, and showed that it's not only about winning when it comes to esports in this region, it's also about learning from a high level of competition. And Q Club definitely gave them a really good performance that they could learn from. Thank you for